Good morning and welcome to our SuperScholar webinar on how to get ahead on the HMRC DAC7 data collection initiative using the SuperControl's new tools. My name's Brenda and I'm one of the client care advisors in the SuperControl support team. And today I'm joined by the lovely Rosie Ross, who's from our product development team. So hello, everybody, and welcome to today's webinar. We're thrilled to have you all here, and especially as we dive into this really important topic that affects all of our agency accounts, specifically the HMRC DAC7 initiative. We'll be navigating through these details. We'll try and break down the essential guidelines and timelines you need to know in order for you to stay compliant and informed. And whether this is because you're directly involved in reporting or maybe just looking to understand the broader implications, there's something here in this webinar for everyone. So let's get started. We'll try and kick things off with just a straightforward overview of the new rules. And this is just so that everybody ensures that they understand the implications of the new rules. Next, we'll introduce you to the powerful tools that are offered by SuperControl that we've designed basically to simplify the data collection and reporting process. Now, whether it's gathering owner information or managing permissions, we've crafted all these features so that they streamline all of these compliance efforts. And we won't be stopping there. Rosie will be guiding you through a step-by-step process, showing you how you can set up and utilize these tools within SuperControl. And this will hopefully empower you to navigate this whole reporting process with a little bit more confidence. And then finally, we'll take a sneak peek at our latest mockups, which demonstrate how you can easily generate your XML report for the submission via the HMRC gateway. As we are navigating this evolving landscape of the digital economy, it's becoming increasingly important just to ensure transparency and obviously compliance, especially when it comes to taxations. And one of the significant steps in this direction is DAC7 report. So what exactly is the HMRC DAC7 report? It's a directive that has been implemented by the UK's HMRC, or Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs, to enhance tax transparency and compliance within the digital platform economy. Now, this regulation mandates that all digital platforms report on the income earned by their sellers using their services. The primary goal of this is actually to prevent tax evasion by ensuring that all the income generated through these digital platforms is accurately reported and therefore taxed accordingly. So this includes income from activities such as selling goods, renting properties, or providing other services. The directive aims to create a level playing field, ensuring that all digital transactions are subject to the same tax rules as traditional business activities. And so by enforcing this DAC7 initiative, the HMRC are seeking to really close the tax gap and ensure that there's fair taxation in the growing digital economy, and obviously help to create a fairer marketplace for everyone involved. So in this context, your role as an agency has been transformed. You will now not only have to collect, but also report the right information about your owners and report on the income that you have paid to your owners. So we are providing the tools for you to run an XML report for your annual report submission, which you can then upload to the government gateway platform. We also have been working hard on providing a user interface where you can actually collect the necessary owner data for this successful reporting. So I just wanted to let you know in terms of timescales, the DAC7 reporting operates on a calendar year. This means that here we're looking at a timeline that starts on January the 1st and runs through to December the 31st every year. And all activities concerning your sellers must be recorded within this time frame. So it's not the same as your tax year. Now, the first and significant deadline that you need to know about and that we're all very aware of is that January the 31st of 2025. By this date, all agencies must have submitted the initial DAC7 report. And this report will encompass all activities that occurred during the previous year. So that would be from January the 1st, 2024 to December the 31st, 2024. Now, there's an additional important aspect that I wanted to note here. There's a transitional period for the 2024 data. Now, during this transition period, agencies are not required to conduct due diligence on sellers who registered before January the 1st of 2024. So what does this mean? This means that only new sellers registered in 2024 will need to be reported on. However, there's a caveat. If you collect any information on these legacy sellers during this period, that information must still be reported. So to avoid these initial complications, it's advisable to refrain from obtaining details from these legacy sellers until 2025. It's just an extra thing that we have noted and that we think that will make your life a little bit easier in terms of reporting on the 31st of January 2025. You also have the option to report only on active sellers, so those who have actually engaged in providing services and received payment within that reporting period. If sellers haven't been active, they can be excluded from your report, and obviously this flexibility will allow agencies really to focus on the pertinent data and obviously hopefully ease up on that reporting load that you have to do. Now, throughout 2024 and beyond, it's essential that you maintain these comprehensive and precise records of your sellers and their activities. And obviously all this due diligence that you will do will not only help with accurate reporting, but will also ensure that you're compliant with these relevant. So who actually qualifies? As an agency, you're classed as a digital platform. This is due to you generating income for your owners and reporting to them in regards to it. As such, an agency is recognized as an RPO or reporting platform operator under these UK rules. And specifically, if you're a resident for tax purposes in the UK, or your company is incorporated under the laws of UK, or it has a place of management in the UK, that means that you have got to report to the HMRC on this. Platforms not resident, incorporated or managed in the UK, but with UK resident sellers or sellers renting property in the UK may not be under the RPOs under the UK reporting rules. However, you may be under RPOs in other jurisdictions implementing these same rules. So for example, Ireland. So what do we mean in terms of seller? When you talk about who is classed as a seller, it's important to keep in mind the reporting requirements that we need to actually adhere to. Essentially, all owners providing services need to be reported on, no matter what the size of their operation. So this means that you can't overlook any owners, regardless of how small their contribution may be. Now, if you want to streamline your reporting, you have the option to focus solely on those active ones, which I spoke to you before about. In terms of due diligence, as part of your responsibilities, it's crucial that you perform due diligence on your owners throughout the reporting period. Now, this aligns with the new regulations similar to the know your client practices that are found within the financial services, where you need to verify seller information such as their name, their address, the tax identification number or TIN, and a date of birth. So it's essential to ensure that you have accurate reporting to HMRC, and you can therefore avoid any potential penalties that are going to be applied. So where possible, we want to make sure that you make it a priority to consider all the available information comprehensively, as this will help you to ensure the reliability and obviously help you to identify and address any discrepancies. So you can use a number of publicly available records and tools, such as the Companies House Information Service for corporate sellers, etc. Alternatively, the due diligence process can also be outsourced to third parties to address this sort of verification. But remember that the ultimate legal responsibility lies with you, the agency.